Where is James Agri Orengo? This is the question that many Kenyans are asking themselves. And what is really happening with this Kenyan politician? That one apart, ladies and gentlemen, the big question in this video is, can William Ruto and his allies successfully rig the 2027 general election? I'm asking that question because I have seen the confidence with which William Ruto's allies are speaking out here, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Kamuket has spoken with a certain confidence that will tell you that William Ruto's ally knows something that the rest of Kenyans do not know. Let's listen to Kamuket.
Hakuna maneno mengi sana ya kusema. Nikiangalia nyinyi vile mnakaa na hata wale wametembea, mimi naona kama nyinyi ni watu wa two term. Si ndio hivyo? So there is no need to preach to the converted. Yangu tu ni kuwaombea na sisi tuendelee kusupport serikali. Mimi na Oscar huwa tunasema maneno kali kidogo saa zingine. Oscar anasema isipojaa tutajaza. Na mimi nasema kwa njia nyingine style, but we are saying the same thing basically. Kwamba lazima ijae kwa vyovyote vile. Si namna hiyo? Basi namna hiyo. Asante.
Ndio maneno kama gani? Isipojaa tutajaza. Na kura ya watu si hata tutajaza na nini?
The person who began this issue of rigging elections and Kujaza Kura was none other than Oscar Sudi himself. And I've always said on this platform, ladies and gentlemen, that if you want to read the mind of William Ruto about certain political undertakings or political decisions, then don't waste your time looking and listening for William Ruto. Just listen to one Oscar Sudi. You will know what Ruto is planning. Now, let's listen to what Oscar Sudi sometimes back said about Kujaza Kura.
Mbuga kati Nyayo alitoka, uchumi ilikuwa mbaya na Kibaki akang'ang'ana, lakini akufanya na mwaka moja, akufanya na miaka mbili, akufanya na miaka tatu, alifanya na miaka 4, miaka 6, ndio nchi ikashika laini. Sasa huyu wetu amepata tu juzi uongozi, hajamaliza mwaka 2, kuna mwenye anasema pale Ruto must go, sijui nini. Kama hiyo hawa watu wanatuambia ati William Ruto must go, tunataka tuambie hawa mtupatie nafasi tuongee 2027 na mjipange, wacha kuongea tu hapo kwa mtandao. Ruto must go. Tunataka tuambie watu vitisho baridi, mtafute watu wengine wa kutisha. Sisi wengine ni asolas. Huyu William Ruto ni mtoto ya mtu tu, alikuwa anauza kuku nini. Mimi mwingine alikuwa na pakanga, mwingine hapo alikuwa anafanya nini. So tafuteni watu wa kutisha. Watu wa kutisha hawako sahihi area. Mungoje hapo mbele ndio mpata watu wa kutisha. Hiyo maneno ya kusema sijui must go, hakuna kwenye tunaenda. Na msikie vizuri. Na nataka nirudie hapa. Hii Kenya hakuna rais ameenda kwa miaka 5. Kwani huyu ndiye atakuwa wa kwanza? Kama tunafanya nini? Kama tumelala wapi? Kama nini imefanyika? Kwani hii Kenya ni yenu? Mjue William Ruto aende mahali.
Na mjipange vizuri. Hii kura zote tunasema tutanyorosha asubuhi na mapema. Mtu wasiwasi. Nyorosha asubuhi na mapema. Tuendelee kufanya kazi. Kwani hii kazi tunafanya sio kuomba kura? Si ndio tunazidi kuomba kura? Si nyinyi mtajaza? Isipojaa tunajaza na si hata tutajaza na mawe, tutajaza na kura. Na tukiona kidogo jai tunaomba ya kujaza, yani lazima ijae.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the confidence that these people are talking with, is there something that they know that the rest of Kenyans do not know about what they are planning to do in 2027, just in case William Samoei Ruto is on the brim of losing the election? I want us to listen to two senators. One is Senator Bon Khalwale and another one is Senator Nyamira Omogeni. The reactions that they are reacted on this issue of election rigging by William Samoei Ruto's camp. Let's start by listening to Kakamega Senator Bon Khalwale's reaction.
Ningependa kutumia nafasi hii kuwaambia wanasiasa wakiongozwa na Mheshimiwa Oscar Sudi na kamama kengine kamsichana kanatoka huko North Eastern na wengine wanasema kura ya 2027 kura isipojaa wataongeza.
Sisi maneno yetu ni mafupi tu, tunasema tu 2 term, ama kuna maneno mengine 2 term, sio? Si tunangojea tu debe iletwe, hata kama hatutakuwa na votes tutamuibia, hiyo si siri. Asanteni.
Wewe sikia msichana ya North Eastern, kura yenu North Eastern sio hata kura ya nusu ya Ikolomani. You have no votes. Where votes are, don't talk. Shut up. We know what it means to rig an election. Is an experiment which is very, very dangerous. Oscar Sudi, you man wasoma vile bera na kuchi. I therefore want to appeal to the commissioners of IEBC, led by Etukon, your new leader, na nyinyi ambao mko hapa, muhakikishe kwamba the election to be free and fair.
The Senator of Nyamira also gave a very elaborate reaction to this allegation of election rigging by William Samoei Ruto's allies, and I think he gave the very best reaction to this, keeping in mind that Senator Mugeni is a senior counsel and one of the top lawyers in this country who are very respected in the courts, in the corridors of law in this country.
I don't take the pronouncements by Kamket lightly. I sense that the UDA brigade is sensing defeat, because when you start telling people that we are going to do ballot stuffing, it means that you are sensing defeat. And I've been involved in a number of election petitions. Ballot stuffing happens. I'm sure my good friend here will tell you. That's why oftentimes you'll find situations where the court will say, we need the ballots here, we need to do scrutiny. I don't know whether you remember what happened in, I think that was 2007, in the Georgia parliamentary by-election, where the returning officer was ordered by the court to bring the ballot boxes to court. And they said, I'm sorry, I don't know where to find the ballots. Because he knew that if the court was to go through the ballots, very, very shocking things could have been found there. So when somebody tells you that we are planning to do ballot stuffing, don't dismiss them. That should be a warning shot to the IEBC that there are people out there who are planning to rig an election. And as I've said, rigging an election is not just making a declaration, it's looking for spots where you can manipulate the process by maybe keeping off party agents. And you know, because of insecurity issues, you know what happened in 2017. If you followed the presidential election petition, we were not able to get results that could be verified from some parts of northeastern Kenya. You know what happened in 2007 from the Tharaka Nithi. So these can happen, and it's not just in Africa. If you follow world all over, even in the US in the 40s, ballot stuffing used to happen. When Lyndon Johnson lost his first senatorial attempt in Texas, is because he hadn't learned the tricks of the game. So he released all the results from his stronghold, whereas the opponent was still withholding his. So they waited and looked at the numbers, then they did the thing, and that is it. So when somebody tells you this, we as a people, we should really look at the warning signs. If you followed the NADCO discussions and the proposals to amend the electoral laws, this was one of the key issues in NADCO. And we even proposed, and that is on the floor now, that going forward, we shall hold the person managing a polling station criminally liable for any inconsistencies in the number of votes that are registered. So if you issue 200 ballots, okay, and we find in a box we have 250, we take it that you are trying to deliberately interfere with the electoral process, and hold you criminally liable.
Yeah.
Or if you transmit, you know what happens if you follow elections, is somebody will get 200 votes in a polling station,
yeah.
okay? But when you transmit means you are sending results from a polling station to the tallying center. You change the figures. You say 200, you say 290. And the excuses they normally say in court, you know, I was tired, that was a typing error, it was a mistake. Now the proposal on the floor is, if you do any manipulation, it's a criminal offense. We will hold you personally as an individual liable. If you are a teacher and you are participating as an electoral officer and you commit that mistake,
yes.
we will be charged in a court of law. If you are found guilty, then you exit. So really, let the IEBC do an audit on the mistakes that have been committed in the past by various electoral officials and move forward to have a fair, free, and credible.
Yeah.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, why do you think William Ruto's ally are speaking with the confidence they are speaking, and nothing is being done to them? If it was another person from the opposition, let's take for example, is talking about rigging the 2027 election, then you will have seen the reaction with which those in government will have come out with. We saw when Gachagua spoke about the violence that may be witnessed in the country if they try to rig the election, how the William Samoei Ruto scam reacted to this sentiment from Rigathi Gachagua. But as we all know, the NIS in this country is very good at collecting the reactions from Kenyans when a certain political sentiment is said. So the reason why the William Samoei Ruto is talking consistently about Kujaza Kura, one is to test or to gauge the public reaction in case this thing happens in 2027. And I think by now the NIS have collected enough information about this issue and have already informed William Ruto how the public may react in case they rig the 2027 public election. But another question that is being asked by Kenyan is, can Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, Fred Matiang'i, and the entire opposition team manage to stop William Ruto from rigging the election? And what do they need to do to stop this? Number one, if they have to stop William Ruto from doing so, then they need to ensure that they have a grassroots watchdogs. They need to have their representatives on the grassroots and also have their representatives at the polling stations. But up to now, they have not been able to mobilize the grassroots to be able to get those grassroots watchdogs. And then also, they have to have IT experts on their own to make sure that none of their votes is stolen and none of the opponent's vote is added on top of what the opponent receives. In your own opinion, ladies and gentlemen, let me see in the comment section, do you think that William Ruto will be able to rig the 2027 general election, or the opposition and the Kenyans in general will be able to stop him? Let's keep the conversation going in the comment section below. Until next time, bye-bye.